What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Economic Prepper here. This video is going to be a little bit different. So I'm pretty sure you guys follow a number of different prepper channels, and you may find that some of the frequencies of the prepper channels uploads may change. And the reason I say this is because currently there is it looks like there's a bug going on with YouTube monetization. And so if you're not aware, basically creators can obtain YouTube monetization after, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time. But YouTube basically runs ads on these YouTube channels. Whether you turn monetization on or not, they're going to run ads on the channels, and basically the creator will get a cut. And so the creators, myself included, put a lot of time and effort into making videos and research, video editing. There's a lot that goes into creating a YouTube video for our wonderful subscriber YouTube family to enjoy. And anyway, so what this does is it ends up making the creator want to delay the release of videos because basically they're not going to get compensated for it. And so, that's a downside. But the upside to it is it allows us to kind of branch out and talk about things that we normally wouldn't talk about, like this. And this is something I really love. Like, me and my brother, you guys know Kevin, me and my brother, we love creating YouTube content, and like, it's all we talk about. It's all we do. And it's super fun. And it's one of the rare things that you can do and like that you enjoy and actually get paid for. Like, I've met people who just love playing video games, for example, and they now, because they have YouTube channels and other ways of generating income from playing video games, they literally can get paid for playing video games. Like, it's an amazing opportunity. And so this allows this problem right now with YouTube monetization bug and creators not being able to turn on YouTube monetization. It allows me to be able to talk about this with you, because I don't know when I would have ever shared this information with you. I'm just trying to move my equipment around because I want to read some of the notes that I had here for you guys. There were some key points I wanted to touch on. A lot of creators are having this problem. I actually spoke with a couple of creators who said that they were trying to reach out to the YouTube chat and they were having difficulty even getting the chat to work. Now, I actually opened up 2 separate tickets. I was able to communicate with chat, and the interesting thing, and if you're not aware, I forget when chat gets enabled. I think once you get monetized, you get access to actually communicate and chat with YouTube. And there's actually another person on the other end, and you're communicating back and forth with them, just kind of like you would with any other online live chat customer service rep, right? So anyway, I opened up 2 separate tickets last night, and it's funny because I realized the problem started sometime after I would say 5:30 Eastern time, because I have several YouTube channels that are monetized, and one of the YouTube channels that I released a video on that is experiencing this problem, I was able to enable monetization right around 5:30, and I released that video. Sometime around midnight, I was going to release another video, and that's when I observed the problem. So that's why I kind of have the time frame narrowed down to, that window of time for when the problem started. So, one person actually commented on, previously, he said that YouTube gets a cut of video revenue, whether you post or not. And the truth is, you're correct. YouTube does get a cut. And so I think what the person was trying to say is whether the YouTube creator gets paid or not, it doesn't matter to YouTube, because YouTube would get a cut anyway. And while that could be partially true, I really don't think that YouTube would do that on purpose, because YouTube creators, they put a lot of time and effort into their videos, and depending upon what they're doing and whatnot, there's actually a lot of money that could be invested in a video production. And so if a creator were not to be compensated for that, at some point in time, the creators would just stop creating content, and then YouTube wouldn't have anything to show. They wouldn't have any new content to show. And then the platform would pretty much die a slow death. So I really don't think that YouTube would ever do anything like that, like on purpose. I personally think that, because I haven't gotten any type of actual confirmation from YouTube on the problem yet, but I personally feel like this is a glitch and YouTube is working on trying to fix it. So again, I've got 2 tickets open that I opened through YouTube chat, but I also have boots on the ground that hopefully will help to escalate the issue. I actually, because of one of my channel's sizes, I actually have access to, I'm trying to find his title. I have access to a YouTube creator YouTube creator development manager. So basically, I've got his cell phone number, I've got his email address. So I literally just called him. I know he's in California. He's on the West Coast. So I'm recording this video at 10:40 right now. So it's probably like 7:40 a.m. for him. So I'm pretty sure he's not even awake yet, especially on a Saturday. But anyway, hopefully he gets my message and hits me back and can let me know what's going on so I can share this information with you guys. And, we always talk about, economic preparedness, economic preparation, and preparation of all forms, because you never know what's going to happen. And I feel like it's really annoying to me because between 2022, 2021, going back to 2020, I feel like I'm using this phrase way too often. I keep saying to myself, well, I didn't see that one happening, or I didn't see that one coming. And that is, this is what we talk about. We talk about getting ready for whatever's coming. And, but sometimes you just can't prepare for everything that is going to come your way. You just can't. It's like there's so many variables to life. It's ridiculous. It's like I've always said this phrase. It's like you have known knowns, you have known unknowns, and then you have unknown unknowns. And then half the people who are watching this video are probably like, what the heck is this dude even talking about? So basically, known knowns are things you know about, and you're very familiar with them. So it's like, okay, you know that you live in, say, Florida, and there's a good chance that there's going to be power outages due to hurricanes and weather conditions. So you'll probably have a home generator. You'll have lots of window shields and protections to protect your home. You'll have extra food and water just in case, you're locked down for a particular period of time. Maybe you'll guard your home with sandbags to reduce flooding impact. So these are known knowns that you will prepare for, right? You get insurance for your car because there's a chance you could be in an accident. Someone else could get hurt. You could get hurt. Your car could get damaged. Someone else's property could get damaged, whatnot, right? So those are known knowns. Then you have known unknowns, right? So known unknowns are things that could happen, but you don't know the impact. All right. So what's a known unknown? A known unknown is kind of like, okay, I know that the refrigerator in my house could possibly fail at some point in time, but I don't know when it's going to happen, and I probably wouldn't know how to fix it. So that's something about, but you don't know. It's like as a potential to be a problem, but you wouldn't know really what to do about it, and you're really unfamiliar with it. So it's kind of like a known unknown. Now, obviously, the solution to that is make sure you have some money set aside to cover any type of repair, get a home warranty, maybe get a product warranty. There's things like that you can protect yourself. But again, that's like a known unknown. Now, here's an example of an unknown unknown, which is like what we're experiencing right now with the YouTube monetization problem, right? So right now, YouTube monetization is not working for some YouTubers' accounts, and you wouldn't expect one feature to just suddenly disappear and not be there on the platform. So no one would have foreseen that event happening. So it was an unknown unknown. So it was like no one knew it was going to happen. No one expected it to happen. And then now that it's happened, no one really knows how to fix it except for YouTube software developers. And speaking of software developers, I actually have a fairly extensive IT background. And so what I see oftentimes with technology companies and new technology in general, whether it's, Windows computers, Mac computers, iPhone, Android, it doesn't matter. If you've got software, you are likely going to be experiencing things like this, where new features are created, and YouTube comes out with new features all the time, always looking to enhance the user experience, the creator's experience. And it's inevitable that when you create and add and modify software, you're inevitably going to break something. And granted, you have testers, and you have these what you call software testers. And this is one of the things I was sharing with you guys previously: make money online opportunities. Software tester is a fairly well-paid role. So if you're looking to make money online, being a software tester could allow you to make money online. And so essentially, what a software tester does is they test the software. So let's just say a new game comes out, a new feature is rolled out, like, whatever YouTube's rolling out. When your phone updates, before your phone updates, and this happens across the board for any large company, what they will do is they will hire software testers to look at this software and use it. They will use it very extensively, try to use all the features, see if anything doesn't work. And that is literally the job of a software tester. So you can literally make money online. You can make money from home being a software tester by literally just using software and literally just trying to break it. And they want you to try to break it because they want to see, are there any bugs? And so what we're seeing here now and today is that YouTube has probably, I'm just assuming because no one's confirmed this yet, but I'm assuming YouTube probably rolled out some new features, and their software testers have tested extensively. But since we're only seeing it on a handful of YouTube accounts, not all YouTube accounts are experiencing this. I have 3 other channels that are monetized and they're not having this problem. So, and I talked to other creators. Some creators are having the problem, others are not. So it's like, okay, unless your software creators tested all these millions of YouTube accounts, I guess you might not have identified this problem before rolling out this update into production. This is what I'm assuming is probably happening, because this is generally what happens in IT environments. Number one, you create an update, whatever it is, new operating system version, and this happens for cell phones as well, smartphones and whatnot, computers, MacBooks, you name it, right? You have these updates, you have these new patches, you have these new versions and these releases. And so what they do is they have development environments where it's like, hey, let's create something new in this development environment, right? So they create like a fake version. They'll create like a fake non-production environment, which has, all of the types of, let's just say you're a cell phone company, right? So Samsung, for example, or even Apple, right? So let's just say your iPhone or your Apple. So Apple will say, hey, I want to roll out this new OS. So Apple will go to their development environment where they've got all versions of iPhones from, that are in use, right? So they're probably not going to go back to like iPhone 4, but they'll go as far back as what their user base is using. And Apple knows who's using what phones in their environment. So they'll probably go back to like, I don't know, maybe iPhone 6, for example, and they'll test all of these iPhone phone versions with this new operating system. So they'll develop in this development environment, and then and as they're developing it, they're just trying to create new features and make it cooler, make it faster, make it more intuitive, whatever they're thinking about doing. So they'll make that in the development environment. Then they'll bring this developed new version and run it in a test environment. So in this test environment, they're going to have all these different types of iPhones, iPhone Max, iPhone this, iPhone 13, iPhone 14, iPhone Pro. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't know all the iPhone names, but they'll literally have all of these versions of iPhones and make sure that the behavior of the operating system is as expected and working properly with all the features, not having any glitches on all of these different versions of their product. And so once all of the bugs, they're going to find bugs, they're going to find problems, they're going to fix them. And then once those are fixed, they'll roll it back out to test environment and have all the testers test it. And once they're satisfied with how well things are working, maybe they're fixed. That's the other thing. They roll out security patches to keep us safe, to keep our identities from being stolen, all sorts of things. So once the testers validate that, hey, everything's good, then they will consider rolling out probably some of the new OS or some of the new code, some of the new patches, whatever they've created and tested. They'll roll out to like 10% of the environment, to 10% of the users. So that's when you'll get like a push notification on your phone. And it's like, trying to encourage you to start the download to upgrade your phone version or to upgrade your OS. And so once you do, then, they're starting to get some feedback. Hey, how well is this working in the real world, right? So they tested it multiple times, but now it's in the real world. So they roll out to say 10% of the users, and then inevitably there's going to be something, because there's so many different things that could possibly go wrong while they're trying to make the experience better. So one of the things that could go wrong is, I'm not going to go into what could go wrong, but the point is when something goes wrong, because you're going to have more users than you have testers. So there's more chance that a user can find something that a tester never saw. And so then you call support. You're like, hey, my phone is doing this. And then they open up a ticket and then they start troubleshooting the problem. And they're like, oh, okay, on this type of phone with this version of this, that, and the other, and these apps installed, you will face this problem. And so when you have so many different variations of environments out there, it's hard to know and fix every bug because there's so many different permutations of phone versions out there, apps installed, apps not installed, that there's no way to fix and know ahead of time that all problems will be resolved. So that's why you kind of have to just roll it out at some point. And so once they fix those problems from the first 10% of users, then they'll roll it out in a more widespread to a widespread or wider spread audience. Maybe they'll roll it out to 25% of people, 50%, 75%, 100%. Now it's fully rolled out. Everybody's running this version. So we may have seen something like that with YouTube's monetization. I'm guessing. So hopefully in the next few minutes, hopefully in the next few hours, hopefully this weekend, hopefully YouTube will resolve this. I actually just got a message from one of my YouTube content creator friends that their monetization has just been re-enabled. So hopefully this is a really short-term problem, because I would really hate for content creators to, not release videos and not, continue to be able to continue to do the things that we love. And this also, talking about preparation, this also makes me realize, okay, this is a unknown. It's like, okay, we talk about having multiple savings accounts, having multiple bank accounts, having multiple backup plans. And, we always talk about multiple streams of income, making sure that you don't rely on just one income source. And I don't, and I know a lot of my subscribers don't either, but some people are reliant on one income source. And imagine if, whether it was YouTube or any other income source, imagine there's a problem, there's an interruption in your income, and you've been spending your money as soon as you get it, basically living paycheck to paycheck, and you don't have any reserves, you don't have any backup funding to support you and your family while the interruption is in existence. And until you get it resolved, it's like, you know, whether even if, you know, no matter how much food you had stashed, you still need an emergency fund, right? And so you would be able to live on your emergency fund in the interim. Also, ideally, you had multiple streams of income. So if there was an interruption in one of your income streams, ideally, you'd have another income stream to fall back on. That way you don't have zero income coming in. So, you know, it's definitely helpful to have multiple channels monetized. It's definitely helpful to have multiple income streams, whether, you know, they're online businesses, or maybe you have maybe you're a business owner and you have multiple different clients. So it's like, okay, if you lose a client, but you have 10 clients, if you lose a client, your whole revenue stream didn't just die. You have 9 other revenue streams coming in the form of other clients. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of share that information with you guys. I look forward to sharing more information with you going forward related to economic preparedness, economic preparation, ways to make money online, and more YouTube content. But if you made it this far, drop a like on the video. Totally appreciate that. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Be safe.